Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by a contribution from Anonymous, and here's your story. Hi, Ollie. I'd like to remain anonymous. I found your channel because I've been deeply affected by narcissistic abuse, as many others. Well, my story starts in childhood. Physical abuse from my older sister, who had the same thing done to her by the hands of my father, whom I believe is a covert narc because he can't ever handle things on his own, nor does he attempt to. I can remember some of the things she told me he would say to her. I don't have to worry about you liking me. You should be worried. You should be worried about me liking you. My parents used to physically fight before I was born because I'm the youngest child of three. My mother once stabbed my father in his neck, to which he bled profusely from and was hospitalized. He is an alcoholic and would cheat. My mother had her own issues stemming from taking care of her younger siblings and being overweight. My father would hit us from time to time, but mostly bully us into submission. He was a terrifying guy as a child, but now I'm able to see through him as he's aged, and I can outsmart him. Well, anyway, as a child, my peers teased me, told me how ugly I was. I wore hand-me-downs from my brother, which were huge, and my mother would put these hideous braids in my hair. I was underdeveloped and felt very lonely as a child, like I didn't exist. My siblings hated me because they were forced to take me outside with them because my parents worked. I had no chance in hell to grow up a healthy person. My brother was a husband's son to my brother was a husband's son to my brother. He acts just like a female and can't do anything on his own as well. My mother died in 2015. Oh, my brother was to my mother. My brother was a son husband to my mother. He acts just like a female and can't do anything on his own as well. My mother died in 2015. I took care of my mother for 2 years because she had a lung condition and my father would always fuck up the duties she would need him to do. My mother felt totally dependent upon me, and that was a heavy burden. I was doing this with 2 children of my own. Fast forward to now. I currently have 2 children with a borderline narc that I was gaslighted and brainwashed for more than 10 years. I'm only 32. I met him when I was 17 and he was way older, and I really believe my parents didn't give a fuck. I can remember my mother not liking him one bit, but since I'd never shown any real male attention, I was sold on being with him. I would try to do weird things during sex, like he would try to do weird things during sex, like slap me, to which I didn't like, and eventually he stopped. He would always ask to tie me up, never did, and gaslight me, telling me how much I liked pain. He also tried to talk me into pimping me out, and I said no. He admitted to have his son's mother doing it. He even had me take off all my clothes and ride in the backseat naked. Those years were hell, and he often soft pimped me for everything. Maxed out my credit, took money, and when confronted, denied it. I remember he left me in a hotel room on Valentine's Day, to which I was frantic. I couldn't drive, and he wouldn't answer the phone after a million calls. I ended up calling a friend. When he didn't contact me, he was cool, calm, collected, which angered me even more. Why didn't I see the red flags? Why? Because he was treating you exactly how your father was treating you. It's how you were trained. Through angry manipulation, threats, some physical violence. You married your dad. You married your father. I managed to graduate college with a bachelor's degree in the healthcare field to his coaching. I graduated from the same college he did. He would be so mean and nasty to me and call it tough love. Oh, he's a college coach. Like a gym teacher, glorified gym teacher. Because they don't have egos or superiority complexes, right? When I got pregnant the first time, someone else was supposedly pregnant as well, and I never got a moment to shine. Both pregnancies weren't joyous because he always triangulated. He has numerous children by 4 different women and would tell me I was part of his harem. Kind of like how your father cheated constantly as well, huh? You see in the pattern here? My breaking point came last October 2016, to which after an argument, he left me with a massive headache that I still had when I woke up the next morning. I had just started a new job with benefits and he wanted to be on my health care and life insurance. Then he tried to bribe me with the payment of what they were taking from my check. I knew he wouldn't pay me back. I said no. Why didn't I leave sooner? He guilted me heavy, gaslighted me to believe he was all I had. He was the only one besides a close friend to which I needed to cut off as well for jealousy reasons. He would say things like, you know, I'm the only one looking out for you. Your family doesn't even care. I believed it. He helped me, but I guarantee you he was right. Whether or not he was using narcissistic abuse there is besides the point. He was right. The reason you were with him is because of your family didn't give a shit about you. He's not with you because your family treats you like shit. You're with him because your family treats you like shit. He recognizes that and uses it against you. He helped me get my first car as well, to which he agreed to co-sign if needed. Thankfully, he didn't. When test driving the car, he wasn't happy for me and he was very nonchalant. I hadn't even had the car a week before he asked to drive it out of town and I take his car. No again. Every time I got ready, he would guilt trip me. The fabulous, manipulative line, after all I've done for you. After all I've done for you is the narcissist battle cry. That's them charging into battle. That's their charge. That's their reveille. It's their battle horns. After all I've done for you. And now it's on. When you hear, after all I've done for you, after I've done this and that is nothing more than the narcissist battle cry. That's it. That's all it is. My daughters have been able to pick up on his behavior as well. The lies, the nitpicking, the argumentative behavior because they've been to visit twice to his new supplies home, which is his daughter's mother. I talk to them about his behavior because I understand he'll tell them it's mommy's fault, so I want them to know. I went no contact, and he would call my oldest, talk a little about the kids, or not even talk about them before the questions about me started. He'd hit her with a barrage of questions, to which I told her to ask him to stop, say she didn't want to talk about it, or switch the subject. I was no contact, blocked him until I felt strong enough. I know he's starting a smear campaign with his family about me because now they actually reach out to my kids, which is all a ploy. I am low contact now and only talk if it's about the kids, to which I gray rock him and he leaves me alone. I recently set a boundary of not letting him inside of my house. I share with my father and brother, who I am low contact with as well. He got all mad and left, called me in his car, and tried to engage me. I wouldn't do it. I am no contact from my sister as well because I confronted her about the abuse to me, and she brushed it off as, we were kids. Another battle cry. The narcissist battle cry. That's the enabler's battle cry. We were kids. It was so long ago. These are battle cries of the narcissistic army. You never get over it. You never let it go. It was so long ago. Battle cries of narcissism. He got all mad and left, called me in his car, and tried to engage me. I wouldn't do it. I have no contact from my sister as well because I confronted her about the abuse and she brushed it off as if we were kids. She will stop by our house whenever I am not there, try to drop presents off for one of my girls and not the other. I recently took a vacation, just me and my girls, to which my father called me asking me to do something for him. I never called him back. My brother and dad talk about me, to which my oldest hears and told me. She was hurt because she knows what they say isn't true. I was involved in a somatic narcissist. I was involved in a somatic narcissist as well, but that's another story. My family is very toxic and I'm currently looking to move on and live on my own. They are trying to lean on me like they did my mother, who was a codependent herself, just as I was. Thank you for all you do. You keep trading your father for your father and brother for your ex-husband. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay? So on and so forth. Until you're no contact from all of them, this is going to continue. And I think you realize that already. The key for you is not to fall for the narcissist battle cries. After all I've done for you, it was so long ago. These are nothing more than battle cries for the narcissist, meant to intimidate you, because that's what they do. It's like a charging army with the horns going and the dun, 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 it's the shock and awe. They're battle cries for a purpose. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I hope this helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like to cover, or narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like to set up a Skype chat or a private phone call, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ali Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.